Back here at Andy Moore Field, taking a look at all the flags around the stadium and taking a look at some of the news around the Big Ten. Oregon, Ohio State, and Iowa, three of the hottest teams right now. The Hawkeyes have won 7 straight. They swept Indiana there in the first Big Ten series back in March, and obviously Indiana will get Oregon this weekend. Lindsey Grine named NFCA Pitcher of the Week, and Ohio State sweeping their rival in Michigan. Indiana has the chance to do that next weekend when they go to Purdue. But this conference, Ryan, is one of the best in the country, and that is why nearly double-digit teams in this conference have a top 50 RPI. Indiana right in there at 42 coming into this one, and well on their way to their 30th victory of the year.
Absolutely. The Big Ten is stacked all over the place. I mean, Indiana and Purdue, as you mentioned, that series coming up. Right now, Indiana and Purdue both 8-8 in the conference. Obviously, that could be different after they have their series this weekend. Indiana facing Oregon, as you mentioned. But the whole up and down the conference with strong teams. At the top, Oregon and UCLA, those new teams. Washington is up there in 7th with a 9-6 conference record.
So a few defensive substitutions here for Indiana, as it's now Kinsey Mitchell, as you saw, out in right field. And an Allie Gavin taking over as the catcher for Parker. First pitch to Timmons is a swinging strike. Kayla Timmons, one of the best hitters in the country and one of the best hitters all time in Ball State history, enters this week ranked first in the career list in on-base percentage at .516, second in slugging percentage at .790, second in home runs, third in batting average, third in RBIs, fourth in runs scored. One of the most monumental hitters in Ball State history. And to do it as a catcher is equally as impressive.
And she can absolutely do it all, and all those things you said, lighting up the record books. So far in this game, she's just grounded out. That was back in the first inning.
Swings and misses at the next pitch, completely pulled her head out of it. And now it's 2-2. This is power on power here with Copeland and Timmons. Softball America recently named Timmons the 7th best catcher in both its March and April position rankings. And Timmons fouls that one off herself in the box. Remains 2-2.
Yeah, you can see right now Copeland working on the speed and the off speed here. You saw that last strike really swung Timmons out of her shoes on the off speed pitch.
Copeland got Timmons the first time. First pitch of the at-bat was on the ground to first. This 2-2 is hit foul. Timmons is starting to time up Copeland here. Timmons, a redshirt senior from Florida, on the first team All-MAC list the past 2 years, as well as the MAC All-Tournament team in 2024. 25 home runs last year, set a program record for most in a single campaign. Hit .402 a year ago. He's currently hitting .457 and drills that one deep out to right field. Mitchell back on the track, and she makes the play just in front of the wall. Timmons gave it a ride, but can't leave the yard. And Copeland has quietly sat down the last 6 Cardinal hitters.
It looked like that one was going to head out of here, but it just didn't have enough on it. And in right field on the warning track, Mitchell just into the game in right field, makes the catch to get the first out of this top of the 4th, and Copeland keeps that streak going, as you mentioned.
Now it's Kara Gunter, the left fielder, singled in the first up the middle, takes that first pitch for a strike. Gunter was here in Bloomington last year but did not play. She was with the Dayton Flyers when they were here for the Indiana Invite in the beginning of March. It's that one on the ground, a short. Cooper charges and throws out Gunter quickly. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th.
Ever since that double play back in the 2nd, the infield hasn't had that much work to do. We get another look as the ground out, a nice sidearm throw from Cooper over to Bird at first to get the 2nd out of the inning. It'll bring up Ella Whitney for the Cardinals, but as I mentioned, infield not getting a lot of work since that double play. Those strikeouts looking back in the 3rd as that ball goes over our heads.
Copeland approaching 50 pitches, 2 outs here in the 4th. Remember the run rule in softball, 8 runs after 5 innings, so Indiana 4 outs away from locking up a victory. Now it's 0-2 on Whitney, who struck out swinging to end the 1st, hoping to avoid the same fate here in the 4th. Copeland's in a groove, the 0-2 home. That is rolled foul. Snagged by Mulholland in the on-deck circle, and the ball is flipped back to Copeland. So Gavin now behind the plate. Parker gets a few innings of rest. And now it's Mitchell in right field. Everything else stays the same, and Whitney fouls that one back into the screen.
Whitney staying alive in this at-bat. She struck out swinging to end the 1st inning. It was our first at-bat since then. Obviously was in the circle.
0-2 again, and it's upstairs. Whitney didn't have her best stuff in the circle today. Indiana really got to her early. Recorded just 5 outs and gave up 6 runs. Looking to record a hit here on the other side of the ball. Oh, right on cue. Dunks one into left field in front of Taylor Minnick. And Whitney keeps the inning going. Just Ball State's 3rd hit of the evening. It's been by the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, and now Mulholland, who has one of those hits, will come to bat in the 4th.
Yeah, did a good job to stay alive in that at-bat. And pokes that one into the outfield to keep the inning going, as you mentioned. Looks like substitution coming for Ball State. It'll be a pinch runner. Coming into pinch run for Whitney, it will be Peyton Fox. Peyton Fox, redshirt freshman from up in Fishers, Indiana. Only has 2 at-bats on the year, but has appeared in 34 games. So a lot of pinch running for the redshirt freshman.
Stonewall 12 bases. Didn't play last year, but finished her senior year at Fishers with a .462 batting average. Takes the first pitch for a ball. There's Mulholland. Now 1-1 after that big swing. Mulholland listed at just 5'2", but been on the 2nd team All-MAC list twice, on the MAC All-Tournament team a year ago. This is a Ball State team which got to the championship game and lost to the top seed Miami, Ohio. Mulholland fouls that one straight back. 29-29 the Cardinals were a year ago. 12-13 in conference play. They've already eclipsed that mark, Ryan, as they're at 13-5 this year. Back in 2021, in that weird kind of quirky COVID season, they were 37-18, 31-8 in conference play. They finished 2nd. There was no MAC tournament that year, but that was the most conference wins in a single year in program history. And their assistant coach, Deborah Jones, was on that team.
A great jump in Helen Pena's 2nd year as coach, improving the record already on last season, as you said.
Mulholland fouling a few pitches back here. You can tell these Ball State hitters starting to time up Copeland a little bit more. But the Cardinals made the MAC tournament in 2020 last year, in 2023 as well, 2019. Did not make it in 2022, and there is strike 3. Copeland wins the battle against Mulholland, records her 4th strikeout of the game. And Indiana will head to the bottom of the 4th, leading 8-0 here on Big Ten Plus. Don't go anywhere.